Hello students, this is Nitin Mohod, and here through this video we are going to understand thermal sensors. As you know, the thermal sensors are the sensors which are dealing with the temperature, and here therm means temperature. Now the first thing is, what is thermal sensor? So it senses the temperature of a part or an environment, and thermocouple is the most common example of the temperature sensor, which relies on the voltage changes based on dissimilar metal junctions. Thermocouples are available for a wide range of temperatures, and that range is from ambient environment temperatures to high temperature environment like jet engines. You must be knowing that the jet engine temperatures are very high. Though all thermal sensors measure changes in temperature, they are of various types with specific uses, temperature ranges, and accuracies. I mean, these are the different parameters associated with the different thermal sensors. Types of thermal sensors. There are two basic types of thermal sensors. One is contact sensors. As the name indicates, it requires physical contact with the object or media that is being sensed or whose temperature is being sensed. They supervise the temperature of solid, liquid, and gases over a wide range. It means the temperature in solid, liquid, and gases can be measured with the help of these contact sensors or contact type sensors. While the second type of sensors is non-contact sensors, they do not require any physical contact with the object or media, and they basically supervise non-reflective solids and liquids, but are not useful for gases, and that is because of the natural transparency of the gases. These sensors use the Planck's law. What is that Planck's law? We will see that. So these sensors use Planck's law to measure temperature, which deals with the heat radiated from the source to measure the temperature. Means Planck's law deals with the thing that the temperature of the material or temperature of the object can be measured from the heat radiated from that particular object. Thermometers, thermocouples, and thermistors are some of the thermal sensors. Out of these, thermometers we are normally using. Thermocouples and thermistors, they are generally used in the laboratories and different applications. Fiber optic temperature sensor. It's basically an optical temperature sensor. It provides accurate and stable remote measurements of online temperatures in hazardous and in environments having high ambient electromagnetic fields without calibration of individual probes and sensors. These systems measure temperature ranges from, you can just imagine that it can measure the temperatures from minus 200 degrees Celsius to 600 degrees Celsius safely and accurately, even in the extremely hazardous, means dangerous, and acidic, that is corrosive it is called, that is acidic and high electromagnetic field environment. They are ideal in these conditions since their glass-based technology is inherently immune to electrical interference and rusting, that is corrosion. No need to recalibrate individual sensors, thus operators and technicians' safety is greatly enhanced, means increased, as their repeated exposure to the field condition is eliminated. Means when the high temperatures are there to be measured with the help of fiber optic temperature sensor, at that time the operators and technicians' safety is very important, and which is being enhanced or which is being increased because of this optical temperature sensor, since the operators need not require to come close to that particular high temperature area. Now we will see some of the types of thermal sensors or temperature sensors. So here, fiber optic temperature sensor. Here you can see the diagram. First we will see the different parts associated with the diagram. So this is basically a fiber optic temperature sensor using phase interference. Now we will see here how it is done. So first, this is the optical fiber. You can see here this part of the optical fiber we have shown, and this yellow part is a transparent temperature sensitive layer, while on the right hand side of it there is a metal. And here you can see the phase difference between the two reflected light beams. One light beam reflecting from the surface of the transparent temperature sensitive layer, while the another ray is reflecting from the metal, which is passing through this transparent temperature sensitive layers up to this point, and then it is reflecting. So there will definitely be the phase difference between the two rays, and from that phase difference the temperature can be measured. This is what the idea behind this fiber optic temperature sensor is. Optical cable have a much higher information carrying capacity, as you know, and are far less subject to interference than electrical conductors. So there are the chances of mixing of the signals are less. For these sensors, the sensing element is usually deposited directly on the cleaved, that is cut end here, of an optical fiber, and temperature is realized or made known from the reflected phase or spectrum. Materials used for the transparent temperature sensitive layer, means this yellow part we are talking about. The materials used are PET, that is polyethylene terephthalate, and PEN, that is polyethylene naphthalate. So these are the chemicals or chemical materials which are used for making this transparent temperature sensitive layer. Moving on to the second type of fiber optic temperature sensor. So here again we can see the diagram. The rigid support is provided on both the sides. Here the clamps are shown having the wavy type structure, and in between the fiber optic cable is there. Now you are seeing here the optical cable in a wavy shape because these clamps are being pressed towards each other. And why this clamp is being pressed? This is pressed because of this bimetallic strip. Why this bimetallic strip is getting bent? Because of the temperature applied. So in proportion to the temperature to be sensed, this bimetallic strip will bend, and accordingly the upper clamp will be pushed down, and therefore the optical fiber cable will appear in a shape like this. This is also called as the deformed fiber or exaggerated fiber. So this is basically the fiber optic temperature sensor using fiber deformation. So in another type of fiber optic temperature sensor using bimetallic strip, it's a temperature sensitive mechanism to bend the glass fiber sufficiently to generate a measurable anomaly. Anomaly means unevenness, that is variance or change. This is crudely demonstrated in the following diagram. So this is how it senses the temperature. So temperature is sensed by the bimetallic strip. The bimetallic strip will bend accordingly. When it will bend, it is going to push this clamp downward. When this will be pushed downward, the fiber optic cable which is passing through these points or passing through these two clamps will change in shape, and therefore the light which is being passed through this will have a delay. So that from that delay the temperature can be measured easily. Moving on to the last type of simple fiber optic temperature sensor. Here again we will see the arrangement for the diagram first. So here the air bubble space is there, then the piston is provided with the reflecting surface from where the light can be reflected, or the radiations of the light can be reflected, or radiations from the heated particle can be reflected. Here this is the cladding provided, and in between you can see the core, and here the liquid is placed on both the ends. A simple but useful fiber optic temperature sensor is as shown in the figure. The basic idea is to terminate the fiber in the capsule at the reflecting surface, means here. On the other side of the surface there is an air bubble, you can see here. This bubble will change the dimensions. How this bubble will change the it will change the dimensions with the temperature, thus allowing the thermosensitive claddings, I mean this one and this one, of the fiber to expand, means this point is going away and this point is going away, or contract. Contract means this point and this point will come closer. Consequently, what happens because of this? Because of this, the numerical aperture means the outlet from here and the attenuation of light which is being reflected from this reflecting surface. So attenuation of light in the fiber will change, and that will change according to the temperature. So because of the temperature of the material which is being sensed, the dimensions of the bubble will change. The dimensions of the bubble will change, so cladding will get expand or will get contract according to the aperture will change, and hence from the change of aperture, the light which is the rays which will be reflected or the light which will be reflected, that will have the attenuation, and then from that attenuation the temperature can be sensed. So this is how the temperature of the material or the surroundings can be sensed with different thermal sensors. I hope all these thermal sensors, the basic idea of thermal sensors and their uses in different fields are clear to you. Thank you.